die before you die, not in the physical sense, but a transformation, a rebirth into the truest version of yourself. To rise beyond the confines of your current limitations, to break free from the person you think you are, is to soar into the vastness of your unrealized potential. It is in the death of your old self that the pathway for your authentic self emerges. From the moment you took your first breath, a story began to unfold, wrapping itself around your identity. You were given a name, shaped by your environment, molded by the influences around you. With time, you became a vessel filled with beliefs, wants, and labels, an intricate narrative defining who you think you are. In this story, you find comfort. It becomes your safe haven, convincing you that the role you play is your essence, that the labels you carry are the truth of your being. Yet, if you dare to turn inward, if you are brave enough to scrutinize your own self, you would see that the beliefs you cling to can shift, melt away, or be utterly shattered in a single moment. The labels, wants, and ideas that form your identity are but fleeting illusions, mere brushstrokes on the canvas of your existence. They are whispers in the wind, here for a moment and gone the next. They do not define who you truly are. Beneath all the layers, beyond the masks, there is a vastness, a depth to your being that no label or story can ever encapsulate. Your true self is infinite, an essence unbound by time or circumstance. To truly discover who you are, you must embrace the fluidity of your nature. You must free yourself from the identities, stories, and labels that have weighed you down. When you let go, you open yourself to a universe of self-discovery and growth. The freedom to reimagine, to recreate, and to rewrite your own narrative is yours. The journey of dying before you die is a paradox, a painful but beautiful unraveling. It strips away the illusions you've clung to, exposing the falsehoods you once mistook for truth. To embark on this path, you must have the courage to unlearn, to release the chains of false identity and ego that have kept you shackled. The ego thrives on the stories it weaves, binding you to its fragile threads of fear and insecurity. It believes that to let go of certain things is to cease to exist, so it clings to the familiar with desperate tenacity. But if you examine it closely, you will see that the ego is not real, it's a creation, a mirage that's held you captive for too long. You are not your thoughts. Thoughts arise and fade like ripples on the surface of a pond, but you mistake them for your essence because you've been taught to identify with them. When you relinquish this false identification, you open yourself to a realm far beyond the limits of the ego. In this space of pure awareness, thoughts lose the grip on you. They no longer define who you are. In this newfound liberation, there is both pain and beauty. The destruction of old illusions gives way to the discovery of your true essence, which has always been there, waiting for you to uncover it. Killing the ego isn't about annihilation, it's about transformation. It's about shifting your perspective, changing the way you relate to yourself. Over time, as you observe the ego's patterns, it will begin to settle, understanding that it no longer controls your life. And in that surrender, you will find peace. So how do you die before you die? This question is especially important for those who have known suffering, for in this process, you will begin to see things as they truly are. Consider this: what remains when thoughts disappear? What is left when you stop judging your experiences or shaping the present moment to fit your expectations? When you simply are asterisk, without trying to be anything. This experience can't fully be put into words. It's beyond language, beyond explanation. But I invite you to simply be. Right now, in this moment, be present. Look around you, feel what's within you. What remains is the essence of life itself, an acceptance of what is. Let go of fear, anxiety, and depression. Recognize them for what they are, stories spun by the mind. They aren't reality. They're illusions, binding you to a limited understanding of yourself. In the midst of fear, your mind fills with vivid, distressing scenarios of what might be. But if you pause, step back, and observe, you'll realize fear is nothing but a sensation, a vibration of energy in your body. It can't hurt you. It's just passing through. Thoughts, like fear, arise and pass. They don't belong to anyone, they just happen. There's no need to believe them or label them as negative. They're simply energy, and by recognizing this, you free yourself from the grip. You don't have to hold on to these stories anymore. You can let go. Dying before you die is painful because it's a dismantling of everything you've known. It's the unraveling of the old story you've been telling yourself. But beyond the pain is freedom. Beyond the breakdown is rebirth. Embrace this time. It may feel like isolation, but the universe is holding you, preparing you for what's to come. In this solitude, you will shed the layers of illusion and come face to face with the truth. You will transcend the limitations of the mind and step into the boundless reality of your existence. You are not a separate being trapped in the world. The world is within you. You are the life force that animates it all. Without you, there would be no experience, no nature, no reality. You are the very fabric of existence. And once you are reborn, these truths will become clear. You will realize that beyond the pain lies profound liberation. You are infinite. You are life itself. The world, with all its beauty and mystery, resides within you. Now, ask yourself, who were you before the world told you who to be? Before the rules, the labels, the expectations. In that space, you will find your true essence, a presence that exists beyond the constraints of identity. As you reflect on these words, remember that the journey to self-discovery is not a linear path, nor is it a one-time revelation. It is a continual process of shedding, of releasing what no longer serves you, of dying and being reborn in each moment. Every time you let go of an outdated belief, an imposed identity, or a limiting story, you come closer to your truest, most authentic self. It is a dance between destruction and creation, a delicate balance where you tear down the false narratives you've built and, in their place, allow the truth of your boundless nature to emerge. This truth is not something you acquire or learn, it is something you uncover. It has always been within you, quietly waiting for you to realize its presence. The more you engage with this journey, the more you will come to see that life is not about accumulation, of things, of knowledge, of status, but about release. It's about peeling back the layers of illusion to reveal the simple, profound truth that you are already whole. You are already enough. There is nothing to seek outside of yourself, for all that you need is already within. And as you begin to live from this place of inner knowing, the world around you will shift. You will no longer be a passive participant in life's narrative but an active creator, consciously shaping your reality from a place of love, peace, and authenticity. You will move through the world with a newfound sense of freedom, untethered from the judgments, fears, and expectations that once held you captive. This transformation will not only impact you but will ripple out into the lives of those around you. As you embody your true essence, you will inspire others to do the same. You will become a beacon of light, showing others that it is possible to live a life free from the constraints of the mind, a life grounded in the boundless truth of who they are. So, take this as your invitation to continue on this path. Embrace the process of dying before you die, of shedding the old and welcoming the new. Trust that each step, no matter how difficult or painful, is bringing you closer to your highest self. And remember, you are not alone on this journey. We are all walking this path together, each of us unraveling the layers of our own stories, each of us striving to reconnect with the infinite source of our being. Keep moving forward, keep letting go, keep discovering the truth of who you are, for in that discovery, you will find the freedom, joy, and peace that you have always sought. And once you have found it, you will know that it was never outside of you, it was always within, waiting for you to realize. If this message resonates with you, share it with others. The journey is more meaningful when traveled together, and your light may just be what someone else needs to find their way home to themselves. Wishing you profound peace and transformation on this sacred journey. If this message resonated with you, please consider sharing it with others. There is a deep power in these words, and they may just touch someone else's heart as they have touched yours. Wishing you a beautiful day of transformation ahead.